A good boys high school state champion team would smoke the WNBA champion. One of the Las Vegas Aces, her name is Chelsea Gray. She called me a dumbass. So I responded, I'll put $1 million on the line. Your WNBA champion team against a 2024 high school boys state champion team of my choice. That offer is out there. And when my boys state champion teams kicks the crap out of the WNBA champion, my overall point will be made, which is boys shouldn't be competing in women's athletics because boys are bigger, stronger, and faster, even high school boys, than grown women who are the best at playing their sport. If you think that I'm wrong, show up, prove I'm wrong. My money is where my mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is, WNBA. Put your money where your mouth is, Las Vegas Aces. Ball, quite literally, is in your court.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm glad she's that confident in her abilities. But she's also a little delusional. Like the confidence, BG, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. It's not a walk in the park over here.
She says you'd be no better than the third best post player on the men's team.
I'm just gonna use that to fuel this. I mean, I'm better, but and I know that kind of gets at him, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, little man.
But I would like to see that. I would pay to see that.
I pay for our ticket. Front row, though. I gotta be front row.
My money's on BG.
I got cuz on that one.
If there's no referee, I'm gonna go to the ATM and I'm gonna sell my house and I'm gonna put all my money on DeMarcus Cousins.
A dunk for us here live. Go right ahead. Oh, we'll give her another shot. Hang on, just we'll give her another shot. I don't even think I can touch the bottom of the net. All right, give us a good one. Here it comes. Brittany Griner did. Yeah, lace up the shoes, get them all ready. It's like that back in the day with the D Brown Reebok pumps. You got to pump them up a little bit. Pump them up a little bit, right? Yeah.
So they said. The hell was that?
You know, it's the pressure we put you on the spot. You put me on.
I think I saw something that said like one player that makes maybe $12 million on the NBA team could cover the whole WNBA salary.
Yeah, that's insane.
So that's kind of like crazy. And again, you know, we're what, 26 years young, so it's not like we're comparing ourselves to the NBA, but I do feel like the pay gap would be something that, you know, we could just take a donation around the NBA maybe. Maybe one night y'all don't go to the casino.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I have something on this, though, because it pisses me off. It pisses me off because I don't think there's anyone in America that supports the WNBA more than NBA players.
100%.
The NBA players support the WNBA like
the most.
More than we probably support the fucking NBA. And it bothers me.
You shouldn't be.
Ooh. Ooh.
You're a victim.
Ooh.
Messages. Ready? This message is for Ryan Reynolds and Rob Macklin. One, you should be here right now with your squad. Two, your team about to go down in North Carolina.
Crack is cheap.
Let's go! Let's go! USA! USA!
Again, you got to be careful. There's a shot in there.
We've seen a couple deflected goals against the U.S. women's team from this morning, and
hate to have that
That's
happen.
the third one. The redirection, no chance for the keeper. Nice spin move here by Lloyd. Lloyd fires in goal.
Lloyd showing a bit of skill and quickness to get to the end line and what he does.
And now quickly on the counter. Another shot and another goal.
Goals cost the U.S. women's team. And I think it was Fletcher and Lawson who come in. Good double team. And just a fortunate bounce. You have to get more players around them and also look for the players running off of them. It's a big ask, but
well, there's Trundle able to turn and get another goal, so now it's 4-0.
So effective with his back to goal. Has a sense of where the goal is, and ball pins balls around. He doesn't need much space.
And now a takeaway. But Trundle able to keep it with the left, and Trundle with his second goal.
He wants to get on that favored left foot. He's just looking for half a yard, half an inch. And both
trying to be more explosive and trying to kill teams off. So, yeah, so far so good in this game.
So the target forward, keep an eye on that depth touch to Boyd. Boyd, this is the hero from the first game.
Trundle. Got a hat trick. Mark Carrington. Again, diving, and this is off the post. Oh, wow, the post helps out. Cavallo. Murkoff trying to move around. That's going to be a nice pass and a goal for George Boyd. Murkoff takes that shot with the left, and Murkoff is able to get one by Lindsey Harris. Wrexham now leading 9-0. One of the two Americans on the squad for Wrexham, Philip Murkoff.
This reminds me a bit of that first goal that Wrexham was snapping your feet, locking your ankles, and swinging to make that perfect contact.
That was perfect contact, a nice feed, and Daniel Jarvis has the 10th goal of the game here. Here's a turnover. Jarvis, there it is. Game over. 12-0. Wrexham defeats the U.S. women. And Wrexham just proved to be too tough for this team, but the respect the players all have for Lindsey Harris.
University of Pennsylvania swimmer Leah Thomas taking first place in the NCAA 500-yard freestyle. She is the first transgender athlete to be crowned NCAA champion, but not without controversy, because critics say she has an unfair physical advantage over the other swimmers.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
And should not have been allowed to compete. Now, second place went to University of Virginia swimmer Emma Wyant, who won a silver medal in last year's Tokyo Olympics. She's getting an outpouring of support on social media, with some calling her the true winner. And we saw, Lauren, at that medal ceremony, the crowd was virtually silent when Leah Thomas was announced the winner, the first place winner, and yet they went crazy cheering for the second place
because winner. Leah Thomas went through puberty, right, as a boy. She has bigger lungs, bigger arms, bigger hands, and now she's competing against women who don't have that physically. So they viewed the second place winner, Emma Wyant, as the first place winner. I think this is a major issue for so many athletes, so many parents out there who are raising athletes, because the rules of the game are changing, and we're figuring out what they should be. Should transgender athletes have an asterisk next to their name if they win, right? Because Leah was like number 467 when she competed as a male. Now she's number 1 as a female. I mean, it's a tough issue, and I think it's going to be an election issue as well.
And Joe Concha, so Martina Navratilova, a tennis legend, came out, sort of said the exact same thing. She said maybe the solution in the interim is that you're honoring the decisions of these transgender athletes, but you're not negatively affecting those who have worked so hard to get where they are. So maybe you put an asterisk by the name, you reserve medals, you come up with some type of interim solution in the gray area right now, Joe.
That's not a bad idea at all. And if the producers just put up that full screen real quick, if you could, the first full screen showing the three swimmers, because that really hits home in terms of the advantage, right, that we're seeing here. And look, my wife is a former Division I athlete, right? And look at that, guys. And she would tell me about the training regimen that she had to go through in terms of being on the track team at her school, on top of being pre-med. It's just such an overwhelming commitment. And for these girls that are competing, knowing when they go into a competition that they're going to lose because one person they're competing against has a decided physical advantage. It's a whole bowl of wrong. But if you criticize this, somehow you're anti-trans somehow. Of course not. It's just a matter of asking for a level, competitive playing field, and I don't see why that's controversial in any way.
Men do not belong in women's sports. The entire point of this video is to highlight the fact that as long as we allow men to creep into women's sports and competition, not only are we robbing them of the opportunity to feel like a champion and to be true winners, but we're also robbing them of opportunity. To have a university scout a specific player and say, we are willing to invest in you to the point where we're going to cover your expenses, that is something that's very difficult to do. To get a full ride scholarship to a Division I university, that is something that's incredibly difficult. And as long as we allow men in these spaces, they're robbing these young women of this opportunity. What we've allowed now is for a specific demographic, a very small, minute population, to bully us into submission. What is supposed to be healthy dialogue is basically become one-sided, with one side ruling over as tyrants on the entire conversation. We're not allowed to ask questions. We're not allowed to probe, because the moment you do, you're considered transphobic or one of a million other derogatory terms. At the end of the day, women in men's sports and men in women's sports will never work. I don't want to see our young ladies getting robbed of opportunities and, of course, receiving physical harm and bodily injury because they're playing with men who have physical advantages. We're taller, we're stronger, we're faster, heavier bone density. We have larger hearts, which allow us to pump more blood. Pumping more blood allows us to get more oxygen throughout our body, which means more explosion, faster recovery times. It's just not the same. We're just a different animal, different ball game. It's not a disrespect. It's not meant to be disrespect. It's only meant to highlight the fact that God designed us differently. With that being said, you guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. Deuces.